comedians can tell jokes about black people and it not be racist, right? So it's just it just depends on how you say what you're saying, and they need to have a more nuanced way of looking at what people say. And if the fact is that you think that people can't talk about you at all, that's where the problem is, right? Because you're not special.
No.
Ain't nobody enslave you. I tell you what, if they can talk about black people, they can talk about anybody. So stop it. Hey yo, it's Poppy, y'all. I'm Ace.
Hi, and I'm Star. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Alright, bet. Let's get into it. Alright, so in this one, we got Netflix tells woke workers to quit or shut up. That should be interesting. I guess this has to do with Dave Chappelle. I guess they was probably launching some kind of, protests at work or whatever. They kept going on and on about it. And they probably was like, alright, so pack it up or you fired. So let's see what they're talking about.
Story.
I like
an
that.
Interesting one in terms of the culture and how this is all working out. Let's put this up there on the screen. Netflix basically issued a memo to its entire staff where, in a very polite way, they say...
It's not actually that polite.
It's basically, if you disagree with what we are putting out, you can leave. So here's what they say. As employees, we support...
Gender jokes.
Right. Of course. So I'm just like,
I see.
yeah. So what are they saying over here? Let's see, we small, right? It says, entertaining the world's amazing opportunity and also a challenge because viewers have very different tastes and points of view. We offer a wide variety of TV shows and movies, some of which can be provocative to help members make informed choices about what to watch. We offer ratings, content warnings, and easy-to-use parental controls. They like, yo, if you don't like it, don't watch that shit.
Yeah.
If you think you don't like Dave's topics and his slant on his jokes, don't watch his jokes. Just don't click the joint.
That's it.
It's like not everyone will like or agree with everything on our service. While every title is different, we approach them based on the same set of principles, and we support artistic expression of the creators we choose to work with. We program for diversity of audiences and tastes. We let viewers decide what's appropriate for them versus having Netflix censor specific artists or voices. Bang.
Right.
There you go.
Not that complicated.
Like, what are you talking about?
With the principle that Netflix offers a diversity of stories, even if we find some titles counter to our own personal values. Depending on your role, you may need to work on titles you perceive to be harmful. If you find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. And that went out to all of its staff. Also, with the basic acknowledgement that a lot of the people who led these internal revolts around the Dave Chappelle special have already been fired.
Smoked,
and
right.
I think it's actually an important demarcation line in some of these culture war fights, which is that at the end of the day, the vast majority of the people who work at these companies do not care either way. Are they liberal? Yeah, probably. Did they really object to the Dave Chappelle? Maybe. But did they perceive it as personally harmful to their ability in order to conduct their jobs?
No way.
It's actually saying what happened at Disney when this whole Florida speaking out against this, which has led to a massive decline in their popularity. Right now they only have 53% approval, which is nuts considering it's probably one of the most beloved brands in modern American history. Then you also look at Apple.
Considering how racist Walt Disney was, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that is true.
Based upon some things he wrote in his book a decade ago, of which Apple was aware of. I'm curious for your view, which is they don't have time to screw around with this stuff anymore. They can't indulge people's views. They're like, listen, we gotta produce whatever.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, finally we get some pushback on this bullshit.
Yeah.
Where finally people's feelings are not permitted to control the narrative or control facts.
Absolutely.
It's like, congratulations, you don't feel good about this, but it is what
Ignore
it is. It's not personally harmful, and despite how they actually view it, it's not as if somebody was up there telling racist jokes or something like that, because that's not the place from which it was coming from. Right? Like, white comedians can tell jokes about black people and it not be racist. Right? So it's just it just depends on how you say what you're saying. And they need to have a more nuanced way of looking at what people say. And if the fact is that you think that people can't talk about you at all, that's where the problem is, right? Because you're not special.
No.
Ain't nobody enslave you. I tell you what, if they can talk about black people, they can talk about anybody. So stop it.
That's what I like to hear, though. Like them not taking any of their crap about this, because honestly, it's just weak. It's
some companies dead be getting ran down on, and be scared and like give in to whatever bullshit pressure.
Don't do it. Don't look at it. Don't entertain it. Don't do nothing with it. Just go walk past it by like it ain't even there.
That's the same. That's the same logic that helps transgender people and the old LGBTQ in general. It's like, If you don't like that, congratulations. Mind your business. Let them people do what they want to do. So why is it now that they gotta come over here and tell other people what they should or shouldn't do? It's like it's not you don't see the one-to-one.
It's just that it's taken to the extreme where as if it's harmful. It's not harmful. None of the jokes that they've told was harmful.
The way they tell it's like Hitler's up there.
Their ignorance is completely blindsiding them, telling them to be hateful because I guess it's the whole fact is they've been hated and shunned and everything else. We get that. Just especially black people. Come on, like for real, we understand. So it's just like it's not to that extreme. Not everything is hateful. Like it isn't.
Not everything is about you either. Like
right.
The only reason why he made that whole special was because they kept saying stuff about him. That's why.
Black people make fun of black people all the time. Like we tell jokes about each other, and we can take jokes as long as it's not harmful. Hello, slavery. Like no. Even shit, like even that we made fun of.
In order to up the stock, and in order
they're bleeding subscribers.
They're canceling all these shows.
Yeah.
Maybe Marvel shows.
Yeah, they're considering an ad from some like CEO dictator, and that really struck me when another part of the memo, the newsletter reminded laborers that the company does not intend to treat them like family members, but rather like lion-hearted sportsmen on an award-winning athletic dream team. One on which any player can easily be benched or booted. So basically just kind of typical, like, using corporate spin to say, we can fire you at any time for any reason, which unfortunately is the landscape.
I think that's fair. And I totally...
yeah, but that's how most jobs are. It's at-will employment. And you can add on the fact that, like, if you start doing weird shit at the job, that messes up our ability to do the job. Of course we're booting you out of here. Like, what kind of goofy shit is that?
Listen, if you're not happy, leave. You're more than welcome.
Right. I'm glad Netflix did that to them. That way you can know... They already fired a lot of people wilding out, and any more missteps, you getting the boot right in the broad side of your back. Get out of here, son. Alright, that's it for this one. We'll holler at you.